Hey guys, this is Danny Boy, and we have the final weapon of the Firefight DLC. I've already done the intro, so I won't be doing that again. I did that with the Alienware promotion. So now we have the Blood Pack Punisher. The Blood Pack Punisher, its special thing is it has two barrels, as you can see. One barrel fires an armor-piercing round, and the other barrel fires a regular round. So it fires, I believe, 2 shots per trigger pull, essentially. So it's kind of like a fully automatic Valkyrie. That's kind of the gist I'm getting. I haven't actually used it in combat before, and it's hard to tell in the range, but I believe I do see 2 barrels firing. So let's see. To compare it to the Tempest, same weight, a little less capacity, a little less fire rate, greater damage, and less accuracy. This SMG does the highest damage per shot of any SMG. Right? Blood Pack Punisher. I'll fire in burst, and I'll fire in full auto, and we'll start out from the hip. Has a red muzzle flash. A little different. So, burst fire, center mass was good, head was okay, not great. Full auto was better on the head. I would say just full auto the head at point blank. This is a very inaccurate SMG. We already have a very noticeable spread, even at short range from the hip. It has a noticeable kick as well. See how we did. Probably should just full auto center mass at this range. Burst fire wasn't great for the head. I didn't really get many shots on the head for full auto, but even if I did, probably be best off just full auto center mass for short. Let's try mid. I'm seeing very terrible results. Not even going to bother with headshots anymore. Yeah, really bad. Mid-range is beyond this weapon from the hip, I would say. To be thorough, though, let us look at long. And very long. Terrible. Awful. And long. Recoil is very noticeable at long range. I actually want to talk about the recoil, and I will in just a minute. Really, really, really bad. As bad, if not worse. So, you really just want to full auto the head at point blank and full auto center mass at short. I really wouldn't even bother at mid-range from the hip with this weapon. Okay, something I should mention is this weapon has a weird recoil. You see how it skips? You have just a gradual drag, a gradual upwards recoil, but then it just like pops. Boom, boom, boom. It like skips frames and it just goes up all of a sudden and jerks up. So it's actually really nasty and really difficult to deal with. And really hurts this weapon's long range performance. Alright, now let's aim down the sights. Sights definitely made a difference in spread. You can still just full auto the head. I like to rhyme. Now short. That looking great. That recoil is really annoying. I don't know if that's a bug or what. Let's see. I guess you can full auto the head at short down the sights. Just go center mass, work your way up, probably be a good idea. I don't think I'd bother bursting at short. No, I wouldn't bother. Try mid. I'm definitely seeing 2 barrels, rather, fire independently, so... Alright. At mid... Wow. That's not very good. That's 40 rounds. This was less. At mid, I would probably just burst the center, honestly. Burst seemed to work a lot better. There's a lot less rounds and a lot more were on target. At mid, I might just aim low and work my way up and burst fire. You could full auto, but it's not as efficient. In fact, like, half the efficiency. Let's try long. Alright. Pretty bad. Don't think I'd bother. Even bursting was really bad. Does do good damage per shot. I would definitely not full auto. Maybe burst at long, but really just a waste of ammo for the most part. Maybe just to finish somebody off. Okay, now very long. That recoil really sucks. Really bad. Even worse. So I would just use this weapon down the sights. Point blank range, sighted, go for the head, full auto. Short range, probably more center mass, work your way up to the head. Mid range, I'd probably just burst center mass. Even mid range is kind of beyond this weapon. Just burst center mass, maybe full auto to finish somebody off. Long range, burst center mass to finish somebody off. I probably wouldn't even bother with that though, guys. I certainly wouldn't bother at very long. Alright. Throw in a scope. See if the scope makes a difference. So scoped at point blank. It's definitely tighter. I don't know if it's necessary, but it's definitely tighter, I would say. Short. It's harder to compensate for the recoil, though, with the scope. Better, but is it needed? I don't know. Don't really think so. Probably just overkill. Now mid, this is where it can actually make a difference. Not really seeing one, though. Oh. Yeah, sorry guys, that recoil is really nasty. I'm just running out of mouse pad. Again, not seeing a tremendous difference. Headshots were still a problem. I think center mass might have been better for the full auto. But, hard to say. Still probably just burst or full auto center mass at mid with sights or with a scope. I think the full auto was better with the scope than with the sights, though. Alright. I had to compensate a lot for the recoil there. I think the burst was definitely better. Full auto was still pretty terrible. Let's try long, or rather very long. It looks really bad. Really bad. That is bad. Ah. That's terrible. That sucks. Yeah, not seeing noticeable improvement. I mean, maybe just slightly, but it's still pretty bad. Can't really recommend the scope, guys. I would just as soon use other SMG mods. There's so many good ones that I would only use it if it just really helps you aim at longer ranges, but for me it actually seemed to make it worse. It was a lot harder to compensate for the recoil with a scope. It was more noticeable. So, that is the Blood Pack Punisher. It was added with the Firefight DLC today. It is exclusive to the single player as of now. Hopefully they will remedy that situation. Thanks guys for watching. Stay tuned for more. Please like the video if you liked it. Please sub if you want to see more. Leave comments and feedback, ask questions, and I'll get back to you. Have a good one, guys.